In a few hours from now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be arriving in the United States. He is embarked on what is being seen as a historic moment in Indo-US ties. This visit is going to see Prime Minister Modi meet the US President Joe Biden, hold talks with top CEOs in the United States, and he is also expected to address the US Congress. Defense and trade are going to be the key focal points of Prime Minister Modi's visit. In fact, my colleague is there giving us a sense of what is to follow. She is in Washington, D.C. Malvika got us all the reactions, the updates from the ground earlier today. Here's a look at that report.
On the diaspora's role in India's growth story. Remember that there are more than 4.5 million Indians who live in the US. Indians comprise of the second largest immigrant bloc to the US and the 10th largest diaspora in the country. Many Indians hold significantly senior positions in the government, in the corporate world, and in general, Indians are an influential community in the US. So it's not just in India, but I must mention that the diaspora has a significant role in the country's growth story. But even in the US, Indians have started to play an increasingly more significant role in the electoral outcomes. In the last election itself, in 3 states at least, the swing votes were decided by Indian voters. So Prime Minister Modi's address at the Reagan Center is not just going to be significant for India and its growth story, but for the US as well.
Bilateral talks is definitely on the agenda, and there will be meetings with CEOs as far as the Prime Minister's state visit to the United States is concerned. And during this trip, the Prime Minister is going to meet the Tesla and Twitter boss, Elon Musk, as well. So this meeting comes against the backdrop of Tesla scouting for a location to set up its India factory, with its officials meeting Indian government officials in the last few months. Indeed, the premium EV maker is also planning to source the components from India. The Prime Minister is going to meet Elon Musk. And of course, there was a meeting that already took place in 2015 during that visit to the Tesla motor factory. Let's see what can happen in this meeting. And for that, my colleague Sumit Chaturvedi is joining us to tell us exactly what could possibly transpire at this meeting. Sumit, as far as Tesla is concerned, they've been trying to make inroads into India. There are sticky points because Tesla is keen to import cars and test waters by way of demand in India. But import duties have been very high. On the other hand, setting up a manufacturing unit means it has to source locally, and that's something that has been under consideration. As far as this meeting goes between Elon Musk and the Prime Minister, what exactly is on the agenda? What can we expect to happen here?
Over the last few months, we have seen Tesla cozying up to Indian government officials. Well, clearly, it was an attempt made by electric car maker to once again come to India. India is a market which clearly can't be ignored by any car maker. Tesla is one of the biggest car makers in the world. As far as EVs are concerned, India is a market they clearly can't ignore. And here they were holding talks with Indian officials, trying to push their overall, we can say that the scheme that they want to come to India and what they want to do, what help they can get from Indian government. So keeping that in mind, now this meeting is quite important. Elon Musk is going to meet PM Modi of India. He's clearly cozying up to PM Modi, and he clearly is still hopeful that some kind of concession can be made for Tesla. But India has already made clear that there will be no concession as far as import duty is concerned. Yes, there can be some duties, concessions when it comes to land or some other. So this overall meeting comes in the backdrop of Tesla's attempts once again to come to India. PM Modi will meet Elon Musk. Also, we have to keep in mind he is Twitter boss now. In 2015, when PM Modi met Elon Musk, he was only boss of Tesla and not owner of Twitter. Now he owns Twitter as well. That's also one important thing we have to keep in mind. But yes, amidst all the possibilities that Tesla is coming to India by the year end, at least scouting for land and finalizing plant by year end, this meeting has become very, very important.
It also comes against the backdrop of the importance that India wants to give to electric mobility, and Tesla has become an icon within that space. So in terms of India trying to make 2 steps forward as far as allowing Tesla to set up its manufacturing base over here, and perhaps, like you mentioned, these concessions, Which are the sticky areas at this point in time, Sumit, if you could put that out for us?
So import duty was clearly one thing that was not very, that was Tesla and Indian government was not agreeing to. Second thing is overall market. Well, if we talk about the beginning of the market, well, Tesla cars, they begin at around rupees 50 lakh. Well, market for those kind of EVs are clearly not in India in large numbers. So Tesla would like to have certain kind of a promise from Indian government or more concessions so that it makes business case for Tesla to come and set up a plant here. There is to be seen what kind of concessions, at least from the state side, because many states last time also were keen to offer something to Tesla whenever it was tweeted. So some concessions can come, but what are going to be the problematic things? Well, yes, import duties, clearly Indian government is not in favor of letting Tesla come here, reap the fruits of large market and without manufacturing. Also components, because they won't allow Tesla to bring even components from China. China is a place where Tesla has a factory. So they won't allow Tesla to bring components also. And there also, Indian government would like Tesla to have a vendor base here because they would like to have more and more jobs from Tesla's side for Indians. So these two are things, mainly manufacturing of EVs and having a overall setup when it comes to logistics and supplier base. These two are things that Indian government will push from their side. From Tesla's side, they would like to have some concessions because this kind of market, 50 lakh plus rupee market is not a huge market. 30,000 rupee, 30,000 unit market is market where BMW, Jaguar Land Rover, Audi, Mercedes, they all sell cars, and Tesla is clearly not going to sell cheaper cars here. It's going to compete with these all car makers in that market. So it's going to also push for certain assurance that it should make a good business case for Tesla also.
Thanks very much for letting that perspective, Sumit. It's an important meeting between Elon Musk and Prime Minister Modi, and the possibility of Tesla driving into India. That remains the key focal point. We'll see exactly how that goes. But thanks very much for joining us on Rush Hour.